Hi guys, it's Charlie here. Welcome to this week's video blog live from Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea will play Everton in the Premier League. It's all set to be a really good game. I got here a bit early today. I thought I'd do a little pre-match video blog for you, as well as the post-match one, which I'll be bringing you a little bit later on. Some of the Chelsea players came out onto the pitch after they had arrived. Pedro, Morata and Marcus Alonso were out for a little while. In this glorious sunshine, as you can see for once, we've got really nice weather for this game. The teams have just been confirmed as well. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Cesc Fabregas starts in midfield alongside N'Golo Conte. Now I'm going to be doing a bit of prep work for this game, and then I'll be watching it and then bringing you a post-match vlog later on. Hi guys, it's Charlie. I am back at Stamford Bridge after watching Chelsea beat Everton 2-0. I've been to the press conferences. I filed my articles for Evening Standard, which you can have a look at if you head over to the website now. And I'm going to be doing a little bit of a post-match analysis focusing on Fabregas, Morata, Rooney and Chelsea's activity in the transfer market off the back of what Conte said in the press conference. So let's start off with Fabregas, because of course he did come back into the starting lineup following his one-game suspension for that red card that he got here against Burnley, and of course he scored the all-important opening goal for Chelsea. I thought what was really interesting was Conte really praising Fabregas. Now Fabregas knows that he isn't a certain starter each week. He has to compete with Bakayoko for a place in Chelsea's midfield, but I thought today he shows such a positive reaction. I actually tweeted about it because I've seen that with Fabregas under Antonio Conte. Whenever he hasn't started, for whatever reason, whenever he comes back into the team, he often has a big impact. Whether or not it's a goal or an assist, he shows a positive reaction to the competition he has faced in the last sort of season and a bit, and I think that's a really positive. And Conte was praising him. He called him a great player, and he actually said that he's working really hard to improve on the defensive situations, and trying to be more like N'Golo Kante. And he actually said that N'Golo Kante is trying to be a bit more like Fabregas. So that was a really positive point for Chelsea today. Another was Morata scoring his second goal in 3 Premier League matches to make it 2-0. It was a really nice header from him. Now there were a few moments in the game where he kind of bullied off the ball a little bit easily, but scoring again is going to just boost his confidence, and that is a big plus for Chelsea, with of course Diego Costa's situation not yet resolved. Now in terms of Rooney, he took a lot of sort of the pre-match headlines. A lot of people wanted to see how he would fare against Chelsea, and to be fair, I think playing 3 games in a week really sort of showed today. I think it showed for Everton generally, and even Ronald Koeman talked about that afterwards. Rooney, he wasn't as effective. I mean, he obviously has had a really good start. He showed signs of rejuvenation after signing for Everton. Of course, he scored against Stoke, he scored against Manchester City, but here it wasn't his day, and I think he just didn't have that kind of impact that he would have wanted to have. Now, talking now about Chelsea's transfer business, because Conte was asked about this in the post-match press conference, because of course there are only a few days left in the transfer market, and he was asked, can you reassure fans that you're not going to leave if you fail to sign the players that he now wants? And he said he's totally committed to Chelsea, which is obviously a good thing for Chelsea fans, but you'd have to admit that if Chelsea do not sign any more players, because they've already signed 4 players, it's got to be a worry for Conte. He has to deal with Champions League this season. How to, rotate using such a small squad for all of those competitions is going to be tough. I think Chelsea will sign a few more players before the end of the transfer window, but it'll be interesting to see whether or not they get their first choice targets. One of the targets is believed to be Ross Barkley, but Ronald Koeman said that as yet Everton haven't received a bid for Barkley. So will he be coming? Will Oxlade-Chamberlain, who's also been linked to Chelsea, be coming? There's lots of names that have been kind of branded about. We'll have to wait and see. We've got a few more days left of the transfer market. What is not in doubt is that Chelsea have seemingly recovered from that loss against Burnley, and their title challenge is now seemingly
back on track after those wins against Spurs and now Everton.